My name is Lieutenant Mike Nienhuis with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. You're all here in reference to Dan Adkison being in custody. At roughly 2:15 this afternoon, the Sheriff's Office was called to a residential burglary down off of Proctor Road in Morgan County. While securing the residence to investigate the burglary, Mr. Adkison was taken into custody without incident. He is held at the Morgan County Jail for burglary second degree with no bond. Everybody knows last night, well actually the night before, we had a manhunt for Mr. Adkison that involved 19 different departments, 3 different SWAT teams, helicopters, dogs, and unfortunately he got out of our perimeter somehow. I talked to Mr. Adkison on the way to the jail, and he stated that he ran from that residence to the one that I found him in that night. That's roughly 4 miles as the crow flies through the woods. He was out of the boat at around the 68-mile marker and was found roughly in the 40-mile marker area. So if you go by water, that's 28 miles. So I will start taking questions. I'm pretty sure I didn't answer them all.
You said it was a residential burglary call. Was the resident inside, or were they outside when they called you?
The residence was actually just purchased by some people who live in the Ivy Bend area. They're fixing it up as a rental home. The female owner arrived at the house to do some work to it, noticed the window broke out, called her husband. Husband called us. I went there to investigate the burglary and encountered Mr. Adkison.
So what are the charges?
Charges of burglary, second degree, felony, and his bond is no bond.
Did he shed any light on his actions, like why he ran?
The only thing he told me was the charges that they have on him are bogus, and I explained to him that running definitely helps us all.
How have those phone calls from area residents, making reports of seeing something suspicious, or even, maybe possibly spotting the suspect? How have those phone calls helped in the investigation?
In a department our size, we have 11 road officers. We rely a lot on the community, and we took every call that the people called us with like it was him. Even if we knew it was completely out of the area he was at, we still ran it just like it was him. So without those calls, we'd have never caught him.
How vital was the cooperation? You mentioned 19 different agencies. Talk a little bit about how all of you work together to find this person.
Most of the departments that are on the list are all small departments like us, and we work very closely with most of them. Cole County and the Highway Patrol brought all of the big tools that we didn't have at our disposal, and without those two, I don't think any of this could have been done. But those little departments, those 2, 3, 4 guys, when all of our staff had been out for 25 to 30 hours and needed to get home to get rest from checkpoints, those guys filled in just perfectly. None of this would have happened without them. We have literally ran Mr. Adkison since Monday, and he was tired, and he was tired of running.
Speak a little bit more about your strategy, how you were trying to narrow.
When it all started, we thought we had a real good perimeter on him when the Water Patrol put him on land at the 68-mile marker. Come to find out, shortly after he went into the woods, he was out of our perimeter. We did not know that, but we still ran it as he was in there. Yesterday, the rest of the manhunt, we literally went house to house, street to street, and we searched real close to 1,000 residences, either occupied or unoccupied, barns, outhouses, sheds, well houses, anything that could house a person got searched, either by regular uniform officers, highway patrolmen, SWAT teams, anybody that was certified to carry a firearm was searching houses. And that was very vital, so we knew we had pushed him out of the area.
Can you speak a little bit about your first contact and what that conversation was like?
First contact, I think he was as surprised to see me as I was to see him. I actually just caught that corner of his elbow when I was going into a dark room. I ordered to see his hands. He put them up, ordered him to get down. He went down. Only thing he ever said to me was, "Please don't shoot me." And I obliged him.
All week long you described him as armed and dangerous. Did he have any type of weapons on him?
When I got him, He had a pair of shorts on and flip-flops. That was it.
No shirt?
No shirt, nothing. He had a pair of shorts and flip-flops. I don't know where the armed and dangerous part come from. That might have been from the Boone County Sheriff's Office or Caldwell County from another incident they've had with him. I have no idea. But when I dealt with him, he was not armed.
How long is he going to be here in custody in Morgan County before? I mean, as you've already alluded to, there's other counties that have charges on him as well. How long will he be here?
He'll be here until he's done with court. The other counties that have charges on him, they can rid him out and come get him, and then they will return him when they're done with him.
What's the type of response when you guys were going house to house searching for the suspect? What's the type of response or the feeling you got from residents when you knocked on their door?
There was definitely a sign of concern when you take small lake communities that you don't see a whole lot of police presence, and then you have literally blocked off their whole part of the neighborhood, and they can't come or go without talking to policemen. There was a little tension there, but I think overall those people knew we were there for the good of them, and we did everything we could to make sure that they felt safe in their homes, and I think that proved out today.
So what's your message to the residents now?
I appreciate all of their help. They can not lock the doors tonight if they don't want to like they used to, and they can sleep good tonight because Mr. Adkison is in custody.
How rare is this type of manhunt in this rural area to go on as long as it did?
I've worked in the sheriff's office for 19 years, and I've been on 2 manhunts. So that tells you how rare this is. We spent a lot of resources and a lot of manpower to locate this gentleman, and I'm glad it paid off.
Sorry, I think you already said. Can you say what the official charges are that were filed?
He's charged with burglary second degree, and his charge is no bond. He has no bond on his charge.
So what are the lessons you learned from Alias Ben John's search?
Well, we unfortunately didn't get to get in on the Alias Ben John search. We did pretty much like we did with Mr. Adkison. People called in, we ran the call like it was him, and that's exactly what we did with Ben John. So if you want to take that as a learning experience, then that's what we learned from it. You run every call as it could possibly be him, because it paid off this time, because I was ready. I've searched thousands of houses, taking burglary reports, and never had the intensity I had today, and it paid off today.
Can you explain to me a little bit more how you search a house? You look at the doors?
Once you enter the residence, there's not supposed to be anybody in there. You just search room to room, closet to closet, just making sure the residence is secured, there's nobody in the residence, before you actually start doing your burglary search of the residence. And that's when I located him in the back bathroom.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the takeaways from this manhunt? Like lessons learned, things that we use in future manhunts, possibly.
About the biggest lesson I learned was don't ever underestimate your employees. There's people that I thought would not go to the distance, and they put in many, many hours, and that was something I definitely learned from it. As for that, all the counties and cities that I expected came to our aid, and we'll do, because we've done the same for them, and we will do the same for them if we haven't already. I would definitely, if you could, mention those 19 departments that assisted us in that manhunt. Without them, we couldn't have got it done. Any more? All right. Thank you all very much for coming. I know it was quick, but if you need anything else, give me a call. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can.